When inflation began to arise after COVID, at some point people said, including you, that it was transitory. In hindsight, what do you think people missed about the nature of the inflation? Why was it more enduring than people initially thought?
So this is a question that people will be writing papers about and debating long after all of us are gone. And it's early to say. It's actually kind of soon to be answering it. But I think so. Here's my answer to that question. When inflation arrived in March of 2023, it was really coming out of the goods sector, and it was connected to really high demand for goods, and it was. And you know, the supply chains, global supply chains, which account for most manufactured goods, collapsed because of too much demand and because of COVID. And you know, and to us, that looked like a temporary, fleeting situation. We also lost several million people out of the labor force, so wages went way up as the economy really boomed when we reopened the economy. And we thought, you know, vaccines were coming in, and we thought that would fix itself too. Kids would go back to school. We essentially overestimated how quickly the economy would return to normal. These things finally did happen in 2023, but they didn't happen in 2021 or 2. And what we meant by transitory was that it would go away fairly quickly without the need for our intervention. You don't want to intervene with interest rates if something's going to go away quickly without us intervening, because, you know, monetary policy, as I mentioned, works with long and variable lags. So the lure is you look through things like a temporary oil shock. So that was the mistake, was that it actually didn't reverse itself. The problems with the supply side didn't reverse themselves until 2023, when they really did, when we got a big burst of employment, and also the supply chains were fixed.
So in hindsight, now knowing everything you now know, would you have done anything differently? Would you have had less quantitative easing? Would you have changed interest rates differently? What would you have done differently now knowing everything we now know?
You know, it's almost unfair. You know, hindsight's always 20/20, right? You know, we remember what we were doing in real time. We went from a really nice economy in December of 2019 to a global partial shutdown of the economy, and we were contemplating. There was no thought that vaccines were around the corner. The economy's closing down. We were looking at severe and perhaps prolonged downside risks. Literally, people thinking and doing work on, are we going to have another depression? Is it going to be the 1930s? So governments around the world, and in particular the United States government, really went to work to provide a lot of support to the economy. We did everything we could, including many things that were red lines that we'd never crossed. We crossed them to support the economy and support the financial system. And it was all done because we were managing severe downside risks, which did not materialize. We did not have a depression. And part of that is because of what we did. Then the economy reopens, and demand is very, very strong. And we saw a big burst of inflation everywhere, including in the United States. It was different in different places, but you know, so that's what happened. And you know, it's not. That's how I would answer that.
Okay, but so what you did, you're happy with what you did in hindsight, you would say?
In foresight, I think that the work that we did in 2020 in response to the pandemic will stand up very well in history. I think people will look at the things that we did, and essentially the financial system was grinding to a halt all around the world. We acted. We were the first central bank, and we were the most, you know, supportive. And you know, I think that work will hold together when historians are looking back on it in a long time. I think when you get to the inflation era, that becomes a different question, and you know, people are going to be arguing about that for a long time.